There it is. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to CCxRC. I'm Tony, and on the bench today I've got the new MAXX from Traxxas. We've been calling it MAXX V2 or the WideMAXX, but we can't really call it the WideMAXX because the WideMAXX is actually the name of the kit that they had to take the other MAXX and make it wide. Now they've got a WideMAXX kit for the XMAXX, so you can't really use that naming convention because it's used for a different product they have. But this is the new MAXX, and it does have a WideMAXX kit pre-installed by Traxxas from the factory. I kind of think this is how it should have been from the get-go, but they learned after the first one came out and they started selling the WideMAXX kit so we could widen it, and it made it handle better in my opinion. At least it was more stable. It might not have been as lively, and some people may have liked that about it. It was pretty lively, that's for sure. But I rolled it all the time. I had very high traction areas where I run. The wide kit helped, and so I was doing a shootout with it. One of the most durable RCs I've ever owned. And I gave it away to charity along with my Creighton 4S. So both of these that I'd run up against each other, I actually gave to a charity down in Texas that works with young boys, so they could have them to run. Anyway, guys, when I saw this pop up, I thought, you know what, if they actually do this, if this is real, I'm ready to jump back in and give the MAXX another try. Just see how the handling is now that I drive a little bit different than I used to. And you know, what I want out of RC is a little different. So in order to curb some of my frustrations that I had with the Haas and with the original MAXX, I went and got the actual Traxxas charger and battery for it because the battery tray just works best with their batteries. And that was a frustration point for me before, I'll be honest about that. But that's because I have so many batteries and I didn't feel the need or want to buy more because I should have been able to use, in my opinion, what I already had. Okay, I get it. Especially now, everybody's kind of doing their own thing with batteries. And so I said, you know what, this is the experience they want their customers to have. We're going to go for it. We're going to do it their way. So it did cost me, man. It's like 140 bucks for this big mama battery, 6,700 milliamp hour, 4S. Now fits in the new battery tray in this new MAXX. Awesome. And then I picked up their dual charger. And this has the 200 watt version. So 26 plus amps, can do two at a time. Not at that 26 amps or whatever. It splits that wattage and amperage. But it does have a max button on here so you can prioritize the right channel. Anyway, guys, really cool. Get those on the charger and get ready for us. So when we unbox this, we'll be able to run it. So new features on this guy. WideMAXX suspension, extended chassis, and the sledgehammer tires. So let's open it up and take a look. Alrighty, guys, here it is, the new MAXX. First thing I noticed right away, those tires look a lot more aggressive than the original tire that they had, which I actually have right here. I bought these to try on my Kaiju. But yeah, they look really good. I'm loving the green shocks in here, aluminum shock bodies. Does have plastic caps, but aluminum shock bodies. The body looks good. They did have to extend it a little bit. They did extend the chassis, and I think the reasoning behind that is for what's in here right now, and that is my 4S battery. This is the 6700 one. I already charged it up, and I have it in here already. So you can see the size of it is a massive battery. So it's pretty cool that this now can fit in there, give people more runtime, and that's ideal. Looking at the electronics, 4S Valenian system here, ESC motor fan, heat sink. Good to see big fans on here. Now, I think this is the same system that was in the last one. I did have issues with the fan blades breaking off on both my fans and the system then overheating. So it does need the cooling for sure, running 4S on here. In here is the, well, you can actually pull this open to be able to reach in there and get to the bind plug on the receiver, but the receiver box, as in all Traxxas vehicles, is really nice. servo mounted down in here. And yeah, I mean, overall, guys, the cush drive system and the whole system itself is very good as far as the power system and delivery in here. Drivetrain. You can see here on the box the smooth GT Max shocks that come with this thing, with the aluminum bodies and the plastic caps. The high torque servo, big old WideMAXX servo in here. The max duty drivetrain, max duty drive shafts, and then the direct drive with torque biasing, center drive, and cush drive. So very cool. Waterproof electronics. It does have plastic drive shafts here. Those, especially with the WideMAXX kit, could go. It does look like maybe, I don't know, these seem to be longer. So before, when they'd done the WideMAXX kit, the drive shaft then was extended and pulled out a little more, and so it didn't make as much connection, and so it would break this part of the tube. But now it looks like you're going to have a little bit more contact room, and so that may not be an issue as much, because those sleeves definitely seem longer than if you had a stock Max and then put on a wide kit, at least from what I can tell. So yes, you have the wide arms already in here, which is nice. You can see the bottom side of the chassis. It looks good. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this, guys. Not a lot of changes from the original Max. We're going to get out there and rip it and just see how it feels and handles. But I actually like this big battery. You've got a lot of room and extra room actually here for the electronics. But you got nice weight here to counterbalance what you've got on this side. So layout is good. And then we'll see how the bulkheads do, because I kept saying how indestructible it was, and it really was indestructible. But I did notice that my bulkheads had cracked, and it wasn't something I could see until I went in to change something else. I think when I installed the wide kit, I noticed it. So anyway, guys, looks good. The suspension, again, just feels really good. It's going to hit. That chassis slap it won't take much to make that front end hit. But you do have skid plates there, so that doesn't bother me. It may bother some people, but it doesn't bother me. Traxxas controllers are good, but a lot of features in these things, guys. It has good foam on it. These things last. I've never had one go bad. And actually, I run them. When I have a Traxxas car, I run their radios. They're good, they're responsive, and they have a lot of channels and things. It's not worth trading out. So, yeah, feels good in the hand. It's different than all of my other radios as far as where this wheel is placed. So it's just an interesting change that I just have to adapt to and get used to. Overall, guys, it's looking good. You do get an instruction manual with some directions, different battery tray options, and things to block off the battery tray in there for a little clip here. If you have a thinner battery, that'll clip on here if you're running a smaller size battery. So they are trying to make the battery tray to be able to work with multiple things. And so look at all the options they give you. So good on them for that. You can do Bluetooth in the radio, and that does help with tuning the ESC and not having to go through a whole bunch of menus and set stuff that you need to have a manual for, because there's a lot of different menus. But yeah, I mean, this thing's awesome, guys. Looks great. Now, I guess all we have to see is how it handles, but this clip system on the body, still one of the trickiest things I think that they've done, and I'm a huge fan of that system. All right, now that we have it on the bench with power in it and batteries in the controller, you can see that big WideMAXX servo working in there, and then the TSM, gotta give it a little bit of throttle here, get it activated. So once it's engaged, you can see them they turn. You can hear it working, but they're definitely moving to help assist steering. That's weird how I have to have engaged the throttle a little bit for it to turn on, which is good. Yeah, so it's definitely, well, as I moved it, it wants to keep it straight. So the tires turn and then straighten out and then turn the other way. See that? That's trying to keep the car going straight. So that's the TSM. It does come with traction stability management. And the servo is a bit slow, but it's got some power to it, that's for sure. And with monster trucks, I'm not needing a super fast servo in there. Still very good. So, big bumpers on the front, wheelie bar on the rear, new Sledgehammer tires, feeling really good. I think it's time we put some batteries in here. We get out there and we rip it. Quick durability test down the stairs right away. Crash. Oh, that's why I can't have nice things. Ooh, it does wheelie nice. Feels very planted. So the things that I'm wanting to know with this is, does it help it keep from rolling better? Oh, nice wheelie across the yard. Awesome. Not having issues with it rolling yet. So that's a good start. It also has self-righting. Nice wheelie. That's what I'm talking about right there. We're gonna get this thing messy today. Oh! Oh, it's got power. It's mean. Monster truck action here, guys. Oh, yeah. All right. That's fun. Let's see on cement how it does. Yeah, the tires are a little wet now anyway, but nice slide. Turn down our multifunction. That way we can slide it out. Yeah. Not rolling. That's a good sign. All right, let's go bash this thing. Get some mud on the tires. So we kind of added to several of the jumps. Missed that jump. And added a whole nother jump. Steering rate isn't the best. Kind of a wide turn. Gotta really brake it. Ah, nice flip. Oh, that was brutal. Still good. Very controlled. I made that jump bigger. Especially this way. Oh, into a wheelie. Getting barked at by the neighbor's dog. Doesn't like my toys. So muddy right here. Lots of power to overcome when it went nose down there. Whoop. Self-right time. There it is. Yeah, baby. Soaked that up pretty good for how bad that rotation was. I just want to hit one of these with blazing speed though and just see what happens. Oh, easy flipping. monster truck stance to this is real nice. Ooh. Chassis slapped a little there. So I had to come off of this little hill here. So I don't have a good approach to these. So by the time I get to the jump, I'm a little unsettled, and it has a hard time launching it. It drives right into the jump if I'm going too fast. So that one even chewed the jump up. There it was. That's my fault. The jump face is a little too soft still. And it's eating all of these bumps up real well though. Yeah. All right, so this is a pretty good driving experience so far. I'm really liking how it's handling over all this bump. This is just something you could take out and rip anywhere and have a good time with. Just watching the suspension work. Does like to get that front end up, do some wheelies, but coming off of that right there, I just love what it's doing as it's soaking all this up, even turning through it, bouncing through all that right there. Oh, so the question is, front flip. Can I hit it straight enough to front flip it? Make sure our stability stuff is completely off. And I'm thinking I want to do this jump. It's right in front of me here. No tumbles. So the question is, front flip. Can I hit it straight enough to front flip it? Make sure our stability stuff is completely off. And I'm thinking I want to do this jump. It's right in front of me here. No tumbles. Taking a pretty good little beating. I think we'll get it again. Oh, brakes. Ooh. Wow. Took that too. Wow, how did that not break? Oh. Ooh. Wow, how did that not break? Yeah. Get LiPo cut off. Feels like we hit LiPo. All right, you guys, now that I'm away from the barking dog and I've rinsed it down a little bit, not a lot, but this thing handles awesome. I really like it. I like that it feels like a monster truck still in the handling. It does get a little bit, it can get its wheels up in the corners, but for the most part, it doesn't just roll. And so I like it. And for grass, that's a big deal, having this wide kit on it like that out of the box, because the grass is high traction. It just grabs and bites. And especially with these new tires that have a lot of side bite, The fact that it wasn't rolling all the time is pretty awesome. So first run, guys, success with the MAXX. I'm digging it, and can't wait to get it back out. Gonna charge the battery back up and try and hopefully get it back out again today. See you guys.